Or what?
Hi Hollywood Lifers, it's Bonnie here. Listen, I've got to talk to you some more about Abby Sunderland, the sailor, the 16-year-old sailor. Now, you may wonder, why am I obsessed with Abby? Well, I'm obsessed with her, I think, partly because I've got 4 kids, and 2 of them are daughters. One is 19, one's 13. So I've already experienced one 16-year-old, and boy, if there's one thing I know, there is no way that I would have allowed my 16-year-old daughter to have gone on a global sail alone on a 40-foot sailboat by herself. I know I said alone, but by herself in the middle, especially in the middle of the winter in the southern hemisphere, because that is, and I've checked this with meteorologists, that is the most dangerous time of year for storms. So I know I would never do that. If my daughter had come to me and said, I want to go, and it's my passion to sail around the world by myself, I would have said, honey, I love you, but I'm locking you up. You are not going. You wait till you're 26, not 16. Now, I've done a lot of investigative reporting because Abby's father has claimed that, has denied the reports that he was actually doing this because he had a reality show already on the way called Adventures in Sunderland. Now, he's denied that after first saying that it was true. I have now since talked to Ted Colarosa, who was the documentarian or the cinematographer who usually does documentaries that he was working with. Now, Ted had never done this before, so he got a big production company called Reveille, which is a very famous TV production company in Hollywood, involved. And I spoke to a source close to them. They confirmed that they were very much involved in this deal and had taken it to networks and had network interest. However, Ted told me that he started getting very worried about Abby's safety as the trip began, and she was leaving from Cabo San Lucas, and her dad was filling up, had not figured out how much fuel she was going to need for the trip. So he's filling up paint containers with fuel and putting them in her boat. And Ted said he spoke to Lawrence Sunderland and said, this is dangerous. You cannot surround her with fuel. You've got to at least put it in proper fuel cans. And it was things like this that made him get very nervous. He also got very nervous, feeling as if Abby wasn't as experienced a sailor as her older brother Zach. So he ended up going back to Reveille, the production company, and telling them that he was really worried that Abby was going to perish on the trip. And he and Reveille withdrew from the project. Now, he also pointed out to me that Abby's father sent her on a much harder route, that he sent her down around the Cape Good Horn, which is the cape at the bottom of South America. That is known, I looked this up, it is known as the sailor's graveyard. It is hard to go around there. Then he was sending her around also the Cape of Good Hope, which is called the Cape of Storms, into the Indian Ocean in the winter, and this at the most stormy time of year. So he was not, and the reason that he was doing that, apparently, according to Ted, is that there was a sponsor lined up who was called Shoe City that was going to pull out of being a sponsor if Abby didn't leave before January 31st of the year. So instead of waiting, because the safest time would have been to have gone earlier in the fall, but instead of waiting until next fall or the summer, like till the winter had passed, he wanted to not lose his sponsor, so he was pushing his daughter out to sea, literally. So these are things I've uncovered so far. I hope you're interested. I just think it's so wrong for this girl to have been put in such danger by her parents. And it seems like for financial reasons. I find it very upsetting. Tired of kids being exploited by their parents. Tell me what you think, Hollywood Lifers. Bye.